Carnage at Dharamshala by the Punjab Kings, 236 for 5, led by Prabhsimran Singh's 91, Josh Inglis 30 of 14, Shreyas Iyer 45 of 25, Shashank Singh 33 of 15 balls. And boy, oh boy, as I said, carnage. Look at the number of sixes. 16 sixes in the innings.
But, on the face of it, it does look like a very intimidating total. But let's also remind our viewers, it's a game that has been played in Dharamshala, known to be a high-scoring ground. The air is also thin there, so the ball also travels, like the one that travelled off the bat of Prabhsimran today when he got his 91. And especially if the ball comes fast, like Mayank usually does, it goes also out of the ground in that same fashion. So if you were a batting team like Punjab, you would target anything over 220 to be in the game. And if you're a chasing team, you wouldn't mind. I mean, of course, this I still think is a more than competitive total, maybe even a match-winning total, because it's never easy to get that sort of a chase going, even if you're playing in a ground that's conducive to stroke making. Yet I think as a team that you're chasing, you are not going to consider yourself out, or it's not going to be next to impossible task. So that everything should, everyone should keep in mind that it's not impossible. It's going to be tough for sure.
It will be very, very tough. LSG, again, their top three have to fire. Markram, Pooran, Marsh.
The air is so thin that Shashank 6 went on that roof of that red shade that's there.
We are reading too much into that air is thin bit.
No, it's very
even
good.
MS Dhoni used to launch Irfan Pathan for 2
I'll
sixes.
tell you why, because a couple of years back I played a game at the same venue and I was lucky enough that my 6 also landed at the same place.
Wow.
Where Shashank's has landed.
Basically, he wanted to say that and then he found a
I'll put a video of that today on my Instagram so they can watch. So the air is genuinely thin. It's not like it's not.
He's saying if my ball can go there, then it has to be thin.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's a fact. It's a point. He makes a valid point.
But I only wish
landing over there straight away.
But I only wish games in Dharamshala should not be held in the night. It should be held in the day.
Yeah, I agree. But in summers you can do it. I think the problem arose. I think was it during the World Cup, or when you had a game where it was still the winters setting in at that time, and at that time to play a game in Dharamshala was I thought was baffling. But in this peak summer, it's not a bad time to play.
I mean,
the same game,
the majestic sight of the Dauladar mountains in the backdrop.
Sidvi sir, when accused Virat of being selfish, New Zealand game, ODI World Cup.
No, you got the venue and
it was Dharamshala only. Our outfield was damn.
Pune.
He's talking about Bangladesh game, Pune.
Yes.
Hardik Pandya got injured in that
this
game.
Was New Zealand game. But the very big issue that's there is that the lighting is not that good at the Dharamshala stadium. That's a very big problem. See over here also you can see that lighting seems to be very
Why
But
don't
no. This is also where it's going to be shot. By the way, the cameras that are used, they can make even dark areas look very bright. So there's no way you can say 100%. Like, it's not as bad as it is looking.
Nikhil, you've been to St. Lucia, right?
I have. Yes.
One part of the stadium, inside part, the lighting doesn't resemble those night games that you play at St. Lucia, where there's a bit of a dull lighting inside, where the stands are.
The lowest bit of lightning I've seen, I've been to this ground as well, but the lowest bit of lightning I've seen was at, now the name has changed, it was called the erstwhile Port Elizabeth. What is it? High Beha now it's called. So they used to have, in fact, the local joke there used to be, the locals would call it, it's St. George's Park, the ground.
St. George's Park.
So the locals would call it Candlelight Park. Basically that the light is like candlelight. So that's the least amount. But even that, by our standards, when we play under lights, even substandard lighting, like I was just wondering that what's the whole fuss about? It's not bad, the lighting at all at St. George's Park. But here, see now look at this shot. Then you actually realize that
the lighting is genuinely an issue there.
It may be, but it's not going to be what it shows, because the cameras have the ability of, no matter how the lighting is, to make it look much brighter than possible. No, because sometimes we start complaining. If you remember that 2007 World Cup final, and a lot of people watching wouldn't have realized because your cameras can. But if you were there on the ground, you'll realize it was really dark. But cameras have that ability. The professional camera, they can.
Dharamshala, I think is more. It's more. The light is towards the center wicket. That's not that much problem.
Correct.
But outfield,
yes,
there's a problem.
So that's what I'm saying. The center, the ball sighting will
Ball
not be an
sighting
issue.
will be fine, but outside,
Outfield.
Outfield isn't an issue.
Why
One
do
thing-
Punjab Kings pick dodgy stadiums and lighting in particular?
No, at least
There's a
the
reason for that.
Mohali had a huge problem because the floodlights were lower.
Huh.
Mullah
No, lighting wasn't an issue. The lighting was an issue for fielders sometimes because of the low. It would sometimes come in your eyes. But in terms of visibility, there was no issue
Yeah,
with
but
the
then
lights.
if you hit the ball in the air, that's why Mohali had such a bad catching reputation, no? Because it would be so low, the ball would get lost somewhere. I think it was either because of the Air Force station or the airport.
Yeah, because of the Air Force station. Yeah.
Ambala.
one thing that I think this time I felt was really right. That the outfield was pretty good in comparison to what we had seen in 2023 World Cup.
fungal
That was
infection that
terrible.
had happened,
I think they've actually worked a lot on it. Overall, I think Punjab Kings' batting, I think this has to be a match-winning score because LSG are too dependent on their top three. You get just 1 or 2 wickets, even if they get 1 wicket, up front. I think this is Punjab Kings' game.
It has to be because see 237 with LSG's very dodgy batting, but then again remember this is a very flat deck. It can get anybody to form, and you know who I'm indicating it with, Rishabh Pant. This is an ideal wicket for Rishabh Pant to go for a shot.
There have been many ideal wickets for Rishabh Pant this season. Look at what has happened now.
But he's not gotten such a flat deck. I'm pretty much sure he hasn't gotten. Which venue has he gotten it?
But he though at the toss was saying that it's breaking up from top. That's why we are bowling. It might deteriorate. And
Then his reading of the pitch seems to be wrong. Then. Because this is a hit through the line. You hit it. Look at how Prabhsimran, Josh
Very
Inglis.
flat.
It's quite flat. I don't think he's gotten any short fronts like this in wherever he's played. I think the LSG game, LSG KKR game, that was one short front where they fell short where they just managed to hold on by 3-4 runs. But that time, who set it up? Pooran, Marsh, Markram. Again, a chase like this will depend on these 3 guys only. And right on cue, they've shown that game where they chased down, where they set up that total and they managed to win that by 4 runs.
How many feel that this is as I said at the start, it's a chaseable total. But once you put 236, then.
See, the only problem is if Punjab wins today, you almost but have your top 4.
No, but why is that a problem?
No, that's not a
For a
problem.
Delhi Capitals
But
game.
you started your line by saying the only problem
Yeah,
is.
I'm telling you.
So I'm asking.
Yeah, I'm getting the only.
So I
problem
asked you
with
what the
that-
problem is, saying no problem.
No. The only problem with that is that in IPL does that happen? That everything is so sorted. 2
No,
weeks. There's
nothing
still
is sorted.
No,
Only
if
one.
Punjab Kings wins today,
7 wins. That's it.
14 they'll get to 14.
15.
15 they'll get to. They'll have that 1
But
point
that's
extra.
not
as
assuring
well.
anything. Nah, they can still not
That's
qualify.
Not assuring
Yeah.
then but there's still a very big difference between then the top 4 and the top.
Sure, but they're not
bottom
decided na. क्यों थोड़ी लग गया?
क्यों नहीं लग गया, but still we know that.
It makes the life of Delhi Capitals, Lucknow Super Giants and Kolkata Knight Riders even harder.
Delhi
That's
then,
the point.
Not 3. Delhi will have to win 4 games then. Next 3.
3 would
How
do
did-
it for Delhi.
My
9 wins.
point
How is
is,
the four?
what is the connection of what Delhi has to do with this game?
Not just Delhi, because if Punjab wins,
Yeah, but my point is, so the Punjab will not win because Delhi will have to do what?
I'm
What is
not
the
saying
connection?
that. I'm saying that IPL does not get so simple so soon in the tournament.
What logic is that?
I
That it
know
does not
that-
get simple, so it will not get simple this time.
See,
IPL
which season saw an outright top 4? Not yet. This season's also gone to the same thing that you're now in game number 52, if I'm not mistaken, right?
and it may still happen like that.
Yeah.
It may still be like that. You don't get any.
You
thing.
are not going to.
Punjab will be 15. So what? 11th game. You want it to go until 14. That will still happen.
You are not going to get your confirmation until the LSG RCB.
It's like saying that Sunrisers are. You and me know they're out, but can we write they're out? No. So that will write when it happens. Same way till 14th, you may know in your head would the top 4 or whatever, but
we don't usually
Q-
buy the 14th game, na? Because if today
same will happen here.
Punjab wins,
Because we will do the same calculation. Array, they can lose 3 in a row, they will win 3 in a row. Someday anything can happen.
The one after this game, not this one, the one on May 9th, if I'm not mistaken, LSG versus RCB. That game will probably see a crystallization of the
May
top
9th.
4. Yes. I mean, how many
But
days?
why,
after 5 days?
RCB are through already.
No, I mean, if they lose to
All but
LSG,
through, yeah. All but through.
They're all but through.
GT also you
I'm
can say the
saying-
same about GT.
No, then it knocks every team. Then in that LSG RCB game, after that, every team starts to get knocked out and gets top 4.
Mumbai Indians are playing 2 games at home. After 2 games out of
One
the
is
next
against
3,
PBKS at
out of
Dharamshala.
the next 3, 2 they are playing at home.
But again, they're playing the top 2. GT is 1. And in
Wherever they are
Wankhede.
playing, they have tough games. If they were playing
DC and
Rajasthan or
GT, they are playing at
CSK,
home.
so what? If they were playing Rajasthan or CSK, I would have taken it as a win. You're playing top teams.
PBKS is in Dharamshala. DC have
Mumbai
got
Indians is ahead of both the teams on the points table.
But because they
they've
played a
extra.
game extra, yaar.
temporarily.
They played a game extra. If they both win, Punjab goes ahead, Gujarat go ahead. So how are they ahead? They played a game more.
Tomorrow, every team will be on 11 games. Every team would have played 11 games.
Tomorrow, yes.
Tomorrow.
Because Delhi is left with 1 game.
One
and
game. That's tomorrow.
SRH.
DC versus SRH. That's happening. Apart from that, you're not going to get a top 4 by the end of next week. Then that means you only have 1 more week to go. And even then, your top 4 is not top 2 is not finalized. That's how. There is nothing clear cut about the IPL. Let's be very clear about that. In no edition have we ever seen the top 4 being crystallized very, very soon. It's happened by manifestation, it's happened by
No,
destiny.
he is saying because it takes time to happen. So this time also it's not happening because so Punjab will, some conspiracy theory, Punjab will lose
No,
because
it can happen is all I'm trying to say. Because it never gets so...
Even RCB can win the title. Even RCB can lose the IPL final. Even SRH can stage a comeback. With Can, you've got a lot of things with Can. But apart from that, it's not remotely possible. Then you go out on the field. What if DC SRH is washed out? Gone, no? The DC fall even further. SRH are eliminated. As simple as that. So, with Can, you can even chase 238. I think it will be the second highest successful.
can
chase.
to SRH can also qualify.
That's what I
Can.
said, yeah. So let's stop playing Can at this point.
Third. Are Punjab Kings,
Can
SRH
is
and-
like MS might come next season. He can.
He can.
Definitely yes.
Definitely yes. Oh boy. Let's not even get into that. So yeah, I think it's
Can be Virat on top of the orange. He is, sorry.
he is. By 1 run.
Silently gone about his
That's
business.
why I said it.
Yeah.
Silently, nahi, he's not gone. People like Shashwat have been talking about strike rate. Even there he's showing you.
Yeah.
Everyone.
He's
He is number 1 batter.
But
In the
strike
world.
rate wise, he is way
in
down.
T20 cricket.
Arre, what strike rate? But see the number of runs also,
Yeah,
na.
exactly.
If you're getting an average of 63 with that strike, I'll take, na. Rather than getting
Sanjay
21
Manjari-
average.
That day,
21 average with 180 strike rate. What am I going to do?
Exactly.
As a top order batter, I don't need your 21 runs, yeah. So
Sanjay
this.
Manjrekar said the day Surya Kumar Yadav took it from Virat Kohli, he wrote that he meant that it's from now the right person has it. Something like
Yeah,
this.
Bhau, 68 and
Meant something
172,
like
yeah. 73.
No,
That's
no,
freakish.
because he's having a outstanding season, Sky.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
No
He
longer
started on a
Wankhede
very
legend.
Bad note.
Yes. No, overall India also runs weren't coming, but look at him now.
No longer only a Wankhede legend.
Yeah.
He's got a record, na? Most consecutive 25 plus scores, 11 in the IPL.
Go back to the question, minus the conspiracy theories of Shashwat. Anybody giving them a chance to?
No.
Just that question was not answered.
I am.
Because of your conspiracy.
No, not because of that. I have a feeling.
PBKS winning.
PBKS.
I'm saying as per cricketing logic, it's 80-20 in favor of Punjab. But I have a gut feeling that it might be Lucknow. But
Okay.
normal, if everything goes normal, it's Punjab.
Gut feeling is that every year it goes till the last. So this.
You?
It's a close game because as I think in Dharamshala it can be chased. And I think they have those, again, stating the obvious, they have two batters in Nicky P and Mitch Marsh that can
Plus a
chase
Mark
it.
Brown.
They can chase it down. I think it'll be a...
Today Parag has come back into form. Maybe.
No, but these guys are already in form.
No. Maybe.
One RP is in form,
One
another
RP is
RP
in
to come to
form.
form.
Acha.
And RP can renew the game.
I think close game, but Punjab manage it. By the skin of their teeth, they
Yeah.
hold on.
The Australian Kings hold on.
Uh-uh.
Because you got one more
Against the
Australian.
Delhi Super Giants.
Yes, Delhi Super Giants. Because you got one more Australian sub today. There's Mitch Owen instead of Glenn Maxwell. So yeah, the Australian Kings.
Then
just winning
Stoinis
it.
makes a return to the 11.
Yeah. So that's it. Australian 11, just Australian Kings holding on by just.
Okay, then we'll see you end of the game. That's where we'll also discuss in detail the Punjab batting, the Punjab Prabhsimran's form.
Awesome.
Bye.
See you.